Welcome friends, how's it going? I'm Ben Snow and today I want to talk about Hogwarts Legacy's delayed post and specifically about the picture that was included in it. So if we look at this picture, we see Ollivanders and first thought we're in Diagon Alley, but then if we look closer to the left, there's Hogwarts. And so that's Hogsmeade. And if you look also at the environment, you see this, what's it called, like hanging tinsel or whatever that's named, like ornaments. And that looks like in this shot from the reveal trailer. There's this arch, there's this hanging ornament. So that's Hogsmeade. Okay, so now we know where this shop is in Hogsmeade. Like we know the location of it. It's right there straight and to the left at the corner. Okay, but so now we have two Ollivanders stores. Before I didn't know that Ollivanders had branches, but apparently had a few branches, and one of which was in Hogsmeade. So now here's my question. Where are we gonna get our first wand? Are we gonna go to Ollivanders in Diagon Alley? Or are we gonna get it at Hogsmeade? And if, say, we're gonna get it at Hogsmeade, then why wouldn't we get it in Diagon Alley? And then the question, are we gonna actually be able to explore Diagon Alley? Is it because it was never mentioned? It says we're gonna be able to explore new and familiar locations. Diagon Alley is a familiar location. But here's where I'm a little concerned, having these two locations, and I want to know the reasons why have both. We don't really know much about these branches besides that they were there, right? But we don't know why they were opened and when they were opened. And I have two explanations why Ollivanders had to have other branches. One is pretty simple, is that he just wanted to expand. He was running out of storage and having a little wand shop near Hogwarts makes sense, right? It's just a branch. The second one is more of a theory and speculation. So we know that at that time, the tensions between goblins and wizards were high, really high. There were riots going on. Sometimes there were clashes, and the war between wizards and goblins was kind of recent. And also we have Gringotts right there in Diagon Alley. So my theory is that at that time, at the late 1800s, Ollivanders was only at the Diagon Alley, but then after all the clashes between goblins and wizards, Diagon Alley became this dangerous place. It became like a ghetto. It was a dangerous area where wizards didn't wanna go, and especially kids going shopping for school stuff. And because of that, Ollivanders had to open other branches outside Diagon Alley because he was losing business in Diagon Alley, and just it wasn't safe for kids to go there. So he had to open other stores in other locations, including Hogsmeade. If this is true, I think we're not going to be able to get a wand at Ollivanders on Diagon Alley. Instead, we're going to get it here in Hogsmeade. And then is the question, if that's the case, are we ever going to be able to go to Diagon Alley? Because it's important location. There's Leaky Cauldron, and even though it might be not safe and dangerous and sketchy, still I think we should be able to go there, because we saw Gringotts in the real trailer, so we're gonna go there for sure. But how Diagon Alley is gonna look like, I'm not really sure. And if that's true, then potentially I'm tipping a little bit on some story clues of Hogwarts Legacy. I think the major storyline is going to revolve around the conflict between goblins and wizards, around these historic events. They're not historic, it's we know that the war was before, and then the only thing we know that goblins were not super okay with wizards. They were just kind of to themselves, But there's not much information about 1800s. So I think there's a chance that the developers decided to explore this story, goblins versus wizards, and add events, add things into the 1800s, the period of time we don't really know much about, we don't know what actually happened. Nothing really talks about that. So maybe there's not going to be a huge war or whatever, but So something's gonna be happening. Because again, if you remember the leaked trailer, there's a few scenes where you see goblins being pierced with swords or something, and there's some clash, and you're fighting. Your enemy is the goblin. So I think that's our main subject. The tension, the clashes between goblins and wizards. And it makes sense, in a way that, and perhaps like you can go, since you can choose your path, you can be either good or bad, then one way to go is to kind of protect and stay on the side of goblins, to be like kind of Hermione, like she was trying to bring back the rights to the elves. We're gonna be like that, but regarding goblins. But if you go bad, you kind of go the other way, you go against the goblins and you want to rule them out, you want to push them down and just be dominant. Just maybe it's going to be the same thing, like you want to get rid of goblins from the wizarding society, and maybe that pact that that was signed, that goblins cannot have wands, maybe it's going to revolve around that. That was a big thing, that was a big deal. So in that case, my theory kind of makes sense that we might not get our wand in Ollivanders at Diagon Alley, because it's a dangerous place and no one really goes there. So we're gonna get our wand at Hogsmeade. But here's the question, are we gonna actually be able to explore Diagon Alley? Like, are we gonna be able to go there, or is it just gonna be like one of the main missions is gonna be there, like only, or maybe only in Gringotts? I don't know. But I mean, it's supposed to be open world, and Diagon Alley is a very important location, so we should be there. But I don't think it's gonna be as bright and as colorful as we saw it in the first Harry Potter movies. I think it's gonna be like dark, kind of like towards the end, but before. Well, this is pretty interesting. And again, these are just theories, like we don't know for sure, but it kind of makes sense, if you think about it. So yeah, what do you guys think? Where are we gonna get our first wands, at Ollivanders at Diagon Alley or Ollivanders at Hogsmeade? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. All right, thank you guys for watching. Make sure hit the like if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll be talking more about Hogwarts Legacy, so hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. Have a good one. Bye.